Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're back here in the test server in Mech Arena, and we got a lot to talk about. We have been given the okay for us to, as the content creators, to talk about pilots. We have pilots in the test server here, and I'm going to be completely upfront with you. I do not like what they've done. I think it's pretty well disgusting. It's pure pay to win, despite what they said in their videos. But we're going to get into that here. So I'm going to try and go over as much as I can about how pilots work, how you upgrade them, the implants, the two new currencies are in the game regarding pilots. And then we're going to get into some gameplay here. And hopefully you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So with that being said, pilots, how do you get them? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how you're going to actually get the physical pilots themselves. We've just been in the tester. We were given them all. So let's just go through some of the pilots here. We're going to see kind of what they are like. I assume either they might end up being in the shop or they're going to be in various events like crate rushes I can maybe get the pilots out of. I really don't know. But anyways, let's go in here to the pilots and let's see. So this is all the pilots we have here. So every single pilot has an innate ability. As you can see, red here has assault damage increase. So we're going back here. We have this one has missile damage. We have this guy here. He has beam damage. So you see, they pretty much all have damage that are categories of weapons. Guided damage. We have artillery damage. And I'm not quite sure exactly what artillery damage is. Close damage are things like shotguns. And then you go in, these ones are all repeated again. But you'll notice if you go into this pilot here, the blue ones, rare ones, can have 2 implants. The purple ones can have 3 implants. And down here at the bottom, we have the legendary one, which has 4 implants. Now I was looking to see if I can find another legendary one, because I actually want to run rocket mortars. But rocket mortars isn't technically assault damage. But you'll see in his ability, the assault damage is plus 30%. So if I had an assault weapon, then at least equipped on the mech I'm going to run, then we would get an additional 30% damage. So with that being said, I might actually go in here. I want to try and run rocket mortars and see. So we're going to go through the process here of upgrading, and you can see kind of how much things cost. So first off, I want to go into the mech here and go to the weapons, and I want to say I want to get the categories of the weapons here. So just bear with me here for a minute, and I will be right back once I figure this out. Alright, so I'm back. So I finally figured out it was in my inventory. So rocket mortars are artillery. So what I want to do is, since I can't find a legendary pilot for artillery, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into pilots here, and we're going to go into one of these ones, at least the purple ones, and see if we can find artillery. That's close damage. This one was artillery. Okay, so we are going to pair that with my mech. So now Faye here is going to be, or Fee, or however you want to pronounce it, is going to be my pilot. So what's the process to go through here? Well, first off, you can upgrade. In order to upgrade pilots, it costs A coins. And I previously have done it, and it turns out to be about 2,800 or so A coins in order to fully max out your pilot. So I am going to do that here, and I will come back here once it's all finished. I'll actually speed it up here in case you do want to see the details of the individual upgrade. But I just don't want to have to talk through the whole upgrade process because it is a bit slow. Well, I'm going to stop here. I want you to see here, this is where one of the new currencies comes into place. This is what are called pilot marks. So, you know, when you're upgrading weapons or mechs, once you got to rank up, you had to use A coins. Well, here you have to use A coins to do your general upgrade. And then when you want to rank up your pilot, you have to use what are called pilot marks. So these pilot marks, the last time I did it, it was in addition to the 2,800 A coins, it cost me to max out a pilot. It also cost me 9,695 pilot marks in order to do every single rank up. So we're going to continue here, and we're going to completely finish this out here. Alright, so we have now fully maxed out my pilot, but this is only part of the equation. You'll see here that with this maxed out pilot, my mech gets an additional 25% HP, which is ridiculous. Automatically it gets 25% extra weapon damage, which again is ridiculous. And now it has an additional 23% artillery weapon damage. So now my rocket mortars I'm going to run on my stalker, it is going to now do 47% more damage for rocket mortars. Are you freaking insane? But that's not the whole part of it here. Let's go into implants and see what we can add. The gold implants are going to do the most have the most stat bonuses. You also have purples and you have blues. So for instance, we look at rocket mortar actually the rocket mortar range. Rocket mortar range, really? I didn't see that earlier. Alright, so let's look here. Something that's common across them all. Let's see here. I'm going to look for rocket mortar damage. Where is it here? I'm guessing maybe some of these are not necessarily... yeah, that's odd here. Because if you go up here, there is rocket mortar damage. Maybe it's certain implants only available at certain levels. That would be, so we have rocket mortar radius. So let's just look at here. So rocket mortar radius as an 8% at the purple level. When you go up into the gold, I know there's a rocket mortar radius here someplace. Let me see here. Where'd it go? Maybe, I think it's because I might have it equipped. Alright, so, I know this is all work in progress, so forgive me here that I have to jump around. So if I'm going to go back into pilots, I'm going to actually go into, and there's something else I want to talk about anyways, so I might as well use the opportunity. So, you can't just swap in and out implants as you see fit. And if you spend all your resources and upgrade something, in order to max out an implant, it costs you 63,000 implant parts. And you notice here, for instance, I have rocket mortar damage, and I couldn't find my other one. So if I want to remove it, I can either remove it right now, but I only get 30% of my implants back, or I can spend an additional 4,000 A-coins in order to get all of my implants back. I don't know why, if I, for instance, have spent implants into upgrading this, and I want to remove it from a pilot, why can't I just remove it from a pilot and keep it upgraded? What this is going to do, if I remove this, I at least get my implants back, but now that implant goes back to stock level 1. So if I want to put it on another mech or well, at least another pilot and use it there, then I have to go through the process of upgrading it again and using my implants. So we're going to remove this. We're going to remove everything, and we're going to set up the pilot that I just started. So at least on the test server, I have 4 A-coins that I can spend to my heart's content. But on the live server, you're not going to have that. So this really hinders experimentation, if you're asking me. People don't want to necessarily experiment, and then they only get part of their implants back. If they've already spent... no, the good thing is if you put implants in and you want to spend the A-coins, you can get everything back. But again, that's 4,000 A-coins in a game that we're starved for resources. So anyways, we're going to go back in here. We're going to go to this one. We're going to add an implant. And now let's see if we can find my rocket mortar damage. There it is. So maybe you can have multiple of these over time. What we have here on the tester, obviously we only have one of each. So I couldn't, for instance, put it on one pilot and then put another one on a different pilot. They say that you can't stack these. So if you did happen to have multiples, then you couldn't put them on. So I have rocket mortar damage here for the legendary. Can I get rocket mortar damage in a lower one, or has that been kind of cut off for me? So I'm looking for, yeah, so there it is. Rocket mortar damage is now locked. So if I have one single implant, I can't stack it up with one of a different rarity. So that's actually a good thing. So, but that being said, let's go on up here. Let's find some more stuff about rocket mortars. So we're going to go here, and there is a rocket mortar radius at some point. Rocket mortar radius right here. So install that. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I actually swapped it out. So let's find my rocket mortar damage again. There it is. Install that. Go to the next one here. And lower, there was a rocket mortar range. Well, I really don't think there is I need rocket mortar range. Most of the maps are not long enough that you would actually need to increase the rocket mortar range anyways. But I am going to be running it on the Stalker. So maybe I want to put something on here about the Stalker. So we have the Stalker Predator Drive Heal or the Predator Drive Damage. So ideally, if I had actually a legendary pilot that would make use of artillery damage, I would have a fourth slot, and in that fourth slot for the Stalker, and probably for other mechs out there, I would do where was it here? There is one here that actually reduces the cooldown of the ability. So, ability cooldown right here. That one right there. I would add that as the fourth one. So not only are you getting increased damage, but then you're also increasing something like with the Stalker, where once you use ability, or like the Brick House, if you increase or decrease the cooldown, then you can have that ability up and running. You're getting even more damage on top of it. So with that being said, let's just go here and we're going to go through quickly the upgrade process of all these. There's only 5 levels for each implant, but as you can see, it gets awfully expensive. These purple ones, they're called the implant parts. And while it's going to have to be, once we get in the game, how common is it to be able to get this type of currency? Because 40,000 is awful lot. Actually, 63,000 in total just to do one single implant. And then if you have a purple pilot, that's 3 times. 3 times the 63,000, that's 189,000 implant parts you need to max out one single pilot. If you have a legendary pilot, that's 252,000. Times that by 5 mechs. You're looking at over 1.2 million implant parts if you wanted to have a hangar full of legendary pilots maxed out. Absolutely insane. So now let's look at this pilot here and see what the stats are we have. So we're running rocket mortars. It's an artillery. So we're getting an extra 25% weapon damage. We're getting a 23% increase in artillery damage. That's 48% increase in there. We are getting an extra 30%. So that's 78% damage increase for rocket mortars. Plus a 30% boost to the bonus damage of the Stalker. That's an extra, we're up to what, 108% now damage increase for rocket mortars? Absolutely insane. But then, of course, the Stalker itself. So if we look at the Stalker, look at the mech, look at its bonus damage, that's 50%. So now we're at 158% increase of damage for rocket mortars when you use the Stalker ability. Absolutely, completely insane. There is no balance left in this game whatsoever at these numbers. Several of us have already talked to Plarium about, oops, sorry about that, about let's just call it the overpoweredness of these stats. It's absolutely insane. It makes no sense whatsoever. This is not free to play at all. It's pure pay to win, pure gotcha, and it's actually disgusting what they've done. So let's quickly hop into a game here and see how we can do. Alright, so let's see if we can make this work. I was hoping for a little bit more of a kind of an open map. But once I get out of the structure here... Oops, I didn't want to hit that button. Crap. See if we can hit him. Oh, I took out 3 guys with the rocket mortars. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. Throw those down there. Holy jeez. Another 2 killed with that. Plarium, like, what are you thinking? Like, seriously. Waiting for my ability to come back again. Oh my goodness. There's just no words for this crap. Seriously. What? How do they call this balanced? Seriously, the rocket mortars are disgusting just on their own. But now with this, no, somebody's targeting me. Oh, it's this guy here. Okay, so he's taken care of there. Use my ability. Oh, 9 kills already. And I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is just sitting in the back of the map. And that's one of the things I hate about rocket mortars. That's all players have to do. They just sit at the back of the map. And it's nearly impossible to get to them. Oh, crap. Oh my goodness. Like, Plarium, what are you thinking? Like, how is this good for the game?
2, 1.
Wow. Well, let's do this again. If these guys would get in my way. Let's walk over here a little bit. That's fine. Let's use the ability. Throw that down. Oh! Was that 3 guys again that I killed? Yep, it was. 3 guys right off the bat. Increased radius of the rocket mortars, so you can't even get out of the range of it. Increased damage, hugely, by the stalker ability as well as... Come on, come on. I want that right there. Oh, wow. Absolutely horrifying how this game is going to be. You're going to have the whales out there that actually do this type of thing. And then you're going to have so many people that can't even come anywhere near to afford it. That might be a miss. Oh, even on the edge, I still hit him. So we have a... okay, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I'm too close to be able to hit that juggernaut. Sorry if you saw a little bit of a stagger there. There is something that it's developer options or whatnot that I can't show you. Which unfortunately it just popped up on the screen even though I didn't do anything. So I had to kind of cut that out of the video. But as you can see, this is just absolutely disgusting. There's no other word for it. It's just pure disgusting what they've done. Oh, somebody's trying to hit me. Come on, out of the way, please. Oh. I'm guessing that guy over there has rocket mortars or something. Oh, no, there's another guy left. Where's the other guy?
3.
I'll get him.
1.
Get them. Wow.
Won the match.
Wow. 21 kills with almost no effort whatsoever. Yes, rocket motors are like that anyways, but the pilot increased damage, the implant increased damage. Oh, and it looks like you can actually earn XP to level up your pilot. So it looks like you don't necessarily have to spend A coins. You can just go into battles and you earn XP that way, which is good. So you don't necessarily have to spend the A coins up front in order to upgrade the pilot. You're still going to have to use your pilot marks to rank it up. And I think you have to use the implant parts in order to upgrade those. But at least the pilots themselves looks like just a normal gameplay, you can actually accumulate XP and at least save yourself some acorns. So anyways, with that being said, I really don't know what Plarium is thinking. I have a feeling this is going to drive a lot of players, at least to increase frustration, if not to just leave the game completely. Like, to have that kind of an increase in damage, what was like 158% increase of the rocket mortar damage just by using the right pilot and the right implants maxed out? No, it's if you want proper balancing, it should be like maximum 10% in total to do everything. Not 158%. That is absolutely insane and well beyond the term balancing. With that being said, though, I'm going to cut it here. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think pretty much most of the community is going to feel the same way. Plarium has completely missed the ball on this one, and I'm actually really disappointed that they've already gone live with the update. What was it, like a few days ago? And I'm fairly certain pilots are in there because I have seen signs that it looks like the pilots are already in there. So it might not be released until probably maybe sometime this week. But with that being said, like, I think they really need to take a serious look at this and take a look at it fast, because it is not balanced whatsoever, and it's just going to cause a lot of headaches and frustrations to almost all the players, except for maybe the whales that don't care about spending money. So that being said, I hope you at least enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Until next time, cause some ham in the field for me.